And we're live. Hi, guys. This is Diane McNeil. I'm here with your What of the Day for Tuesday, January 23rd. So I'm going to talk to you tonight about a part of the 180, about the game plan of the 180. And tonight what we're going to talk about is how to invite. Now, I know the 180's been around since, December the 26th is when it launched. So we're all pretty much familiar with it. Some of you in the group may be new to as far as sharing it with others. So I'll make it kind of basic for you. But we're pretty familiar now with what's going on. We know that the transformation contest deadline as far as getting into the competition has passed, but that's fine because with the 180 we still have the free shipping, which is totally awesome. So if that's an option for somebody, then that's a great way to go. So, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. What I want to talk about is how do we invite, because that's a big part of what we do, is being able to talk to people about what we have to offer and how it can help them, or if not them, how it could help somebody that they know, because it's not always the person that we're talking to that is going to be interested in what we have to offer. So talking about inviting people, generally, if you're not prepared to make a phone call at that time, there's so many different ways that you can invite people throughout your day. So in general, you're going to the grocery store, or you might be at work, or maybe picking up your kids from school, or whatever the case may be, getting your hair done, getting your nails done. Starting off with just a general conversation and listening to what people are saying, and kind of plugging in the solution of maybe the 180 or whatever the case may be, is a great way to start a conversation. So that's just kind of one way, just within your day. I guess what I'm saying there is keep in the back of your mind that no matter what you're doing during the day, there's always going to be an opportunity to hear what somebody else is saying. You might be in the grocery store and hear somebody talking about, I don't know, weight, or just talking about not being healthy or tired. And, we talk about that with just sparking somebody. But always keep your ears open as one way and one avenue to invite people to see more or hear more about the 180, or sit down and maybe talk with them. But one of the things I want to really dig into is we hear Bob talk a lot about looking at your phone and all the contacts in your phone, and we all have a lot of contacts in our phone. I mean, I look at my phone and I have so many, I don't even know who some of the people are, because I have contact, and if I've not written down where I know them from, I honestly may not know who they are. But anyway, to kind of give your mind a tickler of people you might know, I have a list, and I'll show you in a minute, but I have a list of ideas to kind of tap your memory of people that you might know. For example, and I'm going to read some off the wall, and then I'll show you what I've got on my wall here. For example, who do you know that, I'll start with this, is a UPS driver? Who do you know that cleans houses? Who do you know that does your dry cleaning? Who do you know that sells cars? Who do you know that picks up trash, or who exercises with you? Who's considered a leader? Who do you respect? Who is a cyclist? Or you can think of it as another way, is someone who paints houses, someone who is a barber, someone who is a dentist, or maybe somebody who sells sporting goods. There are so many different types of people, so many different industries, so many different hobbies, that you can probably sit down and write a list of so many different people that you know in different realms of life. So I'm going to flip my phone around real quick. Hopefully I can do this without messing us up here. And actually it's not going to let me. So I'm just going to turn the phone and just show you, if you can see what I'm talking about. I've made a list of just a few of the who do I know that, and another list of I know someone who, or someone who is a. And if you look down here, and I'm hoping that you all are going to be able to see this, that's a list, a very extensive list of who do I knows, or maybe professions, just a lot of different people, just to give you an idea, or just kind of remind you of people you may not know, who you may not think about readily because you just kind of forgot about them. So I just wanted to share that with you, and anybody that wants a copy of that list, I do have that in a PDF, and I'm happy to post it in the WOD for anyone, because it's a pretty handy tool. I actually have those pieces of information on a spreadsheet in my computer, because that's how I like to keep track of things. So it's something that I can always add to different people's names and their contacts. So that's one way to find out or to remember who you may not have already spoken to or invited to the 180. Another thing I want to talk about as far as inviting and getting into that conversation, whether it's going to be a phone call or whatever the case may be, is just to make sure that when you do get on that phone call, that you're prepared. You know what you're going to say. You kind of have a little bit of a story about where you want to go depending on the person that you're talking to. You do want to make sure that whatever you do say about the program, especially if it's with somebody new, that you keep it brief. Keep it brief, and remember that we have a very powerful tool on our hands in our website that we can use to share more information with people who just want to know more. And I'm talking about the shareables. They're a great way to even just talk about Advocare as a whole, or as far as the 180 goes, we have the YouTube videos where you can share those as well to talk about the 180. So you have two different ways that you can just give some brief information, and then you can also ask them, would you like to know more? Would you like to see more? And then you can share wherever their interest lies, because you don't know where your conversation is going to go with them. It may start at the 180. It may go in a total different direction, and all of a sudden you've decided they've let you know that they need some income. So the conversation could change. So be ready for where the conversation may go. And the one way you're going to know how that conversation is going to go is by listening. Remember that when you're on a call with somebody, it's not your voice that they need to hear. They want you to hear their voice. If they're interested in anything that we have, they want to know first that you're interested in what they are looking for, or anything about them. They want to know that you care. And we hear that all the time as well. So have that open attention and be very attentive to them and focus on them and listen to what they say. If you are the kind of person who needs to write things down, and if you're on the phone, that's fine. Totally make some notes, because you can always go back and say, hey, I remember you said this, so let's talk about this and see how that would fit into your life. So make sure that when you are talking to someone, just be very comfortable and listen to what they say. But, as we go through these next several weeks, several months, we're in the middle, or we're in the very beginning, actually, of the year. But soon it's going to fly by really quickly. So have those people's names on a list in front of you and reach out to 5 people a day, 3 people a day, whatever you're able to do, even if it's 1 person a day. 1 person is better than no person. So talk to somebody every single day. Make it a very intentional part of your day, part of your week. And maybe each night that you come home, say, okay, I spoke to this person. This is where I am with that. And maybe during the day you have thought of other people based on the list that you could talk to. So you can write names down during the day of different people that you could talk to, and then you follow up with those folks, when the time works for you, or when you can set up a call with them. So I hope that helps. Really what you want to know, and sorry for stuttering, but this is hard for me, but what you really want to know is you just want to talk to people. You want to let them know what you have and what you're doing, because if you don't say something to them, they have no idea. We can't assume people know what we're doing, what we have, what the 180 is all about. They have no clue. Even some of your more seasoned Advocare people still don't really understand the full concept of the 180 or living that lifestyle. I mean, I have many, many customers who still, they don't quite get all of it. They get pieces of it, but they just don't really wrap their hands around it because it's just not on their radar right now. So always be mindful of kind of dumbing it down for people and making it very basic and very comfortable and very easy to understand. Explain something that you have for them, find what they're looking for, and just help them with a solution. The 180 is a great program. Free shipping. Remember, if they do order the 180 commit, for anytime they order the commit, it is free shipping. If they break it apart in the step-by-step, they will pay shipping. But of course, the step-by-step is customizable where the 180 is not. So anyway, I hope that helps. I'm about out of time. Have a great evening. Have a great rest of the week, and I shall talk to you soon. Take care.